gonna read?
I thought you were going to.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you.
I read the message.
Yeah.
Okay. Mom scary boyfriend. Reddit user AETT noticed that
Oh.
their mom
Nothing.
boyfriend was pretty
Nothing.
weird.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
It's okay. But one cold night, they had an especially bad feeling. About 5 years ago, my mom started dating a guy she met on a dating site. That part is fine. I had recently started dating the woman who would later become my wife, and we had met online. I'll just refer to her as my wife for the story. Anyway, my wife and I never really liked this guy. We didn't think he was mean or anything like that, just a little creepy. He was quiet, he kept his eyes closed a lot, and occasionally said odd things like offering my wife a chocolate and then popping one in his mouth, closing his eyes, and moaning as he let it melt in his mouth. One time, my wife and I were visiting my mom, but she got called into work, so we waited at her house. Her boyfriend was over, but he spent the entire several hours just hanging out in her bedroom with the door closed. Just before Christmas, my mom and this guy started having some difficulties. My wife and I were visiting her for the holidays, and she dropped all of her problems on us, and we listened carefully and told her our opinions and suggested that she would be better off without him. She already had her mind made up, though, and decided to break up with him on Christmas Eve. We spent the night at my mom's and got up early on Christmas morning to visit my dad at his house. We didn't plan to spend the night at my dad's, but we got snowed in, which was actually a nice Christmas surprise. The next day, we left as soon as we could get through the snow, and my wife suggested that we stop by my mom's house on the way so that we could see if she was okay. My wife just had a really bad feeling about my mom's now ex-boyfriend. My mom's car was in the driveway, but that doesn't mean much because she lives close enough to work that she often walks, and it hadn't snowed in her town. She also never locks her door, which drives me crazy, so we let ourselves in. That's when we see blood oozing out of the refrigerator's water dispenser. It had filled up the spilled container and was leaking onto the floor and had made a puddle. My wife screamed and I freaked out. I fully expected to see my mom's head in the freezer. I nervously opened the freezer to find a bag of frozen cherries that had been opened.
The fucking
The
cherries.
cherries return.
The
No.
fucking cherries.
No, not again.
Why the cherry?
No.
Every time.
Every time it's a dead giveaway.
Every time.
Don't remind me.
I didn't see that when I was going through. That's perfect.
It's not coming. I wanted some actual blood. What?
Me too.
I
To
mean,
be
I'm happy
honest,
for the mom. Yeah.
To be honest, I thought it was gonna turn out that the mom had killed the boyfriend or something. But
Oh,
That would've
hell
been
yeah. I would
cool.
love that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was thinking the same. That would have been fucking sick. But no, the
It
fucking
makes-
cherries.
always the cherries.
Gotta
Every
be the
time.
cherries.
Every
No,
time.
why?
Okay. Oh, it's Goat Busters. I thought it was Ghost Busters earlier.
Go Busters.
Go Busters. Ba-da-dum bum bum bum.
Okay.
Who wants to do this one?
Yeah. Okay.
Alright, I'll do this one.
Okay.
She heard it through the wall. This haunted story comes from Reddit user Goatbusters.
Yeah.
Goatbusters. 4 years ago, I lived in a very large farmhouse that was converted into 2 apartments. The house was known as the Old Boys' Home. It was used to house boys with behavioral issues. It was close to allegations of molestation. Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Never fun.
Strong start.
It's
Anyway.
real strong.
I was
Okay.
living with my boyfriend and 3-year-old daughter at the time. My bedroom had a large fireplace that had been boarded up and painted over. I decided to push my bed up against it one day while rearranging things. It was like a headboard. That night, around 1 a.m., I had heard a small voice saying, "Mom, Mom, Mummy." I had sat up in bed, but I didn't see anything. So I reached over my boyfriend, trying to grab my daughter and put her in our bed. Oh no.
That
I kept
worries me.
feeling around and I was still hearing the voice, but I couldn't hear her. Mommy, Mom. My boyfriend woke up and turned the bedside lamp on, asking me, "What the hell are you doing?" I explained that Amelia was trying to get in our bed and I was reaching for her. There was nobody there. My daughter was sound asleep in her room. Then the next night came. Around 1 a.m. again, my dog had started to whimper at our door, so my boyfriend got up to take him outside. You know that feeling in a bed when someone lies down next to you, where the bed pushes in and there's a warmth in your back? I felt that. So I assumed my boyfriend had come back to the bed. I'm shivering. I rolled over. My boyfriend wasn't in the bed and I felt the fucking bed release pressure. Whatever was laying next to me has gotten up in that second. I moved my bed the next day to the other side of the room and I never had another incident in the 2 years I remained in that house. Jesus fucking Christ.
That
What
is.
the fuck? Wait a minute.
Jeez.
Wait a
Oh, thank
minute.
you.
That is horrible. Jeez.
D-
Okay.
Just the fact that the allegations of molestation from the kids living there with behavioral issues, that really fucked it up for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's sad.
I
Not
mean, just
scary.
imagine one of them
And
being
also,
bored up in
really.
there, just
Yeah,
managing
you
to
know what?
survive.
Or they were burned alive.
Jeez.
Well, that's even more fucked up.
Yeah, you think?
Just, oh my god. All right,
I can read this next one.
Okay.
do it.
A ghost testing the waters. Redditor Mr. Tanner talks about their first night after moving into a haunted house. I currently live in a haunted house. I've heard voices, footsteps, lights that have been turned on and off. One of the ghosts has a thing for silverware. I hear it clattering in the drawer all the time, and sometimes a knife or two will end up in the wrong slot in the drawer. But the strangest and scariest experience I had was the first night when I spent in the house. I wasn't finished moving in, and there were boxes everywhere. I didn't even have my mattress up there yet. I was bedding on an old futon mattress, watching a video on my phone, when I get the pins and needles feeling of my feet falling asleep. Except it wasn't on my feet, it was the top of my head in the shape of a hand. I said good night, and turned off my light and tried to sleep. When I woke up, my closet door was ajar, but other than that, everything was otherwise untouched. I guess whoever my unseen roommate is just wanted to check out who I was on my first night.
Why is
Okay.
he so casual about this?
I mean, obviously.
He's dealt with it.
But it's the first day, and he's like, "Oh yeah, well, he was just looking, just meeting up, I guess.
I think
Nothing."
yeah. So anyway, scary stuff is super scary. I don't like scary. Let's talk about My Little Pony
Yeah,
instead.
fair
Yeah,
enough.
sure.
There are a lot of
Yeah.
theories. I love talking about the characters, let me tell you.
I
Oh,
don't know
but do
anything
I
about
have
My
stuff?
Little Pony. You'll have to tell
Oh
me.
my god, let me tell you a story.
Oh
So,
god.
oh my god, okay, where do we oh my god, oh, friendship.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. Friendship.
But like, it's
That's the
so
series.
special. No, that's so
Yeah.
special because you learn how to grow up and how to let go of toxic habits. For example, manipulative, bitchy people can actually be really super sweet and kind. You know what I mean? Just friendship.
Yeah.
So Sal,
Yeah, just sitting there all silently.
we're brothers now,
Menacingly.
huh?
Yeah.
It
Kind
was
of
pretty
sus,
fun,
but
though.
Yeah. Feel free to.
You don't have your mic, buddy.
Feel free to.
Just leave that into the recording.
Wait a minute. Time is unlimited, but the thing times can provide us is not unlimited. It's very limited. So while we have a lot of time, we don't have the content of time forever. So we have to use it very smartly. I'm just saying. We want to hear scary story.
Oh yeah, sorry.
That's the short or the last short story. The rest are kind of long.
All right, you go for it, Coda. You haven't done it. Yeah, you.
Okay. A warning. This story comes from Reddit user My Name's Not Chase. I saw a dead soldier's ghost in my barracks room before I deployed. It was a guy's room who died on my company's last deployment, and I was the first to be issued it. He told me to be safe. He had half a head. I'm agnostic, and that makes me question it. I've had 2 other experiences that I'm not quite convinced about, but my great-grandma used to visit me in my dreams after she died for like 15 years.
That's one attached grandma.
Yeah.
I love you, Grandma. Don't leave me. All right, I'll come visit you in your dreams, sweetheart.
15 years, yeah. Jeez.
All right, I have to go now. The oven's running.
Anyway, I'll
Yeah.
talk to you guys later. Bye bye. I'm being called
Okay,
by my
bye.
Take care.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Do one of you two want to take it, or should I?
If you want to, go ahead.
Yeah, go for it.
All right. A reminder from the past. Redditor YB Lovat shared this story to warn people about their childhood toys. When I was around 16, my rapidly growing family finally moved from the house I had spent my entire life in. As you would expect, we spent a lot of time fondly remembering things we used to do in the house as we were packing everything up. At some point I decided to go to downstairs closet with a flashlight and read, something I used to do when I was younger to get some peace and quiet. Now this is one of those deep closets that goes under the stairs. It went back about 8 feet and then had a left turn into a very low, maybe 3-foot high space. This space was largely occupied by a mountain of old blankets and stuffed animals. Of course, this is the best spot to sit and read. About an hour in, I shift a little to get comfortable, and I hear a low, warped, slow, hoarse voice say, "You always make me happy." I flipped my shit, hit my head on the low ceiling, and practically broke the door down trying to get out. After hyperventilating and explaining to my family why there was no color left on my face, I went back to see what it was. It was my stuffed little bear when I was 3 or 4 years old that I happened to lean on just right to press his belly. When I pressed his stomach again, though, nothing. This poor bear I hadn't played with since I was a toddler used the last of its power, using its dying breath to tell me I made it happy. You make me happy too, little bear, when you're not making me piss myself.
Oh, that's kind of sweet.
Yeah, I was
it's
thinking.
really cute.
Yeah, I was thinking like a possessed toy or something like a bayonet, but nope.
Yeah, that's
That was actually pretty
nice.
sweet. Yeah.
That was a nice one, yeah.
Here's this one. I'm gonna save the longest one for last, just to end it off on a strong one.
All right, I'll do this one then.
Okay.
I see everything. I don't think I would have made it if I grew up in Reddit user _panda's house. I was with my little brother home alone when we suddenly heard a creepy voice from the other room saying, "Panda_panda, come here. I want to talk to you." We didn't know what it was, and immediately ran upstairs. While we were running to our room, we heard someone nearby say, "Do you boys think you can run from me? I see everything." At this point, we were terrified, locking the door to our room, grabbing our mini baseball bats and crying. We were certain we were going to be killed or eaten by some monster. Then, it happened. A loud bang came from the closet and the monster sprang out. We both screamed. My brother fell and I threw the bed at my dad wearing an It Clown mask and laughing hysterically. Turns out he was behind the whole thing. First, he had put all the cordless phones in the house on speakers and said he was leaving to run some errands. Then he proceeded to sneak back into the house, hide in our closet, and scare us.
Jeez.
I like that dad.
I mean, yeah, scare the kids.
Scare the kids. I would do the same.
Oh no, I
God.
forgot I was muted. Oops. But
Oh God. Okay.
that's really an odd story.
This is a
it's
long
it's
one
it,
as well.
Oh, here comes the last one.
the last one.
Surprisingly, no, this isn't the long one,
Oh,
which I was very shocked about too. Okay, this is
oh Jesus,
almost.
that
Oh
those are
wow,
two.
that's really long.
Yeah. Um. I'm gonna go ahead and send this one. See how many. Oh God, this one. Okay, the final one is 4,176 characters. So that's gonna have to be like 3 messages. Okay, that's a bit in and of
Damn.
itself.
Jesus,
Um.
I don't think we should do that one.
Yeah, not today.
No, that's one that's gonna have to be in its own. So yeah, this could be the final one. Who wants to take it?
I see your mic is lit up, Sal.
It won't let me scroll up.
It's green.
Oh, is it stuck?
Sometimes
Really?
that happens for a friend when.
Okay, I mean, I can take it if y'all don't mind.
Yeah, sure.
Alright, go ahead.
Did someone knock for me or something at my back door?